Hello everybody, welcome back, and I am TheChornick, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about The Elder Scrolls 6, what should be the world interactions and encounters, what they should do with them, and how they should be. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I decided to make this video because I think that The Elder Scrolls 6, in order to get better, they need to have more life to the game, more fluidity, more active stuff going on. And so that's why I've been thinking about the world interactions and encounters that have popped up throughout the Elder Scrolls series, and they've kind of just been there. It's just kind of adding some life to the world, Bethesda's way of doing so, such as encountering wolves in the forest and having to attack them, or seeing bandits go at it, or, seeing just the people of a city talking to each other. And so it gives a little life to the world. However, I felt like Skyrim at the same time kind of lacked it, to be honest. I felt like up to now they kind of lacked it. I know they had a lot of random encounters in the wilderness, but for especially city wise, I feel like all you did was you entered a city for the first time and you see a bunch of people talking. There's a bunch of quests to be had and to go on, but after that, the first or second time you enter the city, you don't ever see people talking to each other again. You just see maybe guards just walk by you and say something to you, but you don't really see people talk to one another. And to me, that needs more life to it. We need to see more people talking to each other. Even as the game progresses on and on and onward, I think more and more dialogue options should open up, and you should be able to take on different quests. And even the things that you do in the city, or people react to the armor you're wearing. Not just the guards, but even the citizens would react to the way you look, or to, I know that they reacted to your nudity, or a guard would react to your shouting, and they had some basic reactions, but to me, I think that they could definitely improve upon this within the next game, and I definitely want to see it. This is my biggest thing in terms of world interactions, is that they add some more dialogue to the citizens, and that they interact with one another, not just you, but with one another a whole lot more. So, for example, I hope that these random encounters and these random world interactions between characters, that will spawn every time you enter a city. Perhaps maybe you could go into a city and there's two people talking about the latest shipment that came in and if they paid off for it, or something like that, and maybe that could spark a miscellaneous quest. And that's something that you could ignore, or you can talk to one of them and say, oh, I'll go do it, and then you obviously will now have the task of going to pick up that shipment, or paying for that shipment, and they will maybe give you some weapon or something in appreciation for paying for it, something like that. So you just walk into a city, and miscellaneous quests will spawn from the citizens talking to each other about a random event that's been going on, or maybe you hear people talking to each other about the events that you have done. For example, the Dragonborn. So people would talk about, oh, the Dragonborn up in Skyrim, he defeated the dragons and saved Skyrim. Have you heard about that tale? And someone else would be like, oh yeah, I've heard about it, blah blah. So random stuff like that. They talk about the history and lore of the Elder Scrolls just in their own conversations. I think will be very, very useful for a game to have, for the Elder Scrolls 6 game to have, especially doing some fan service to those fans who have been with the series for so long, and for the people who played Skyrim, Oblivion, and Morrowind, and so forth, that we actually have a lot of the residents talking about the past and the history of the Elder Scrolls. Not only that, but I believe that the encounters should do the same. So the random encounters in the wilderness, that they're a lot more interesting. I want them to be a lot more interesting. I want them to be a lot more, especially with world interactions, because there was just a little bit here and there with reacting to what you were doing. Just a lot more interactions and stuff that will spawn certain quests, or at least miscellaneous quests. More random encounters that could spawn side quests for you, that that will come out to be really, really interesting. I want these quests to spawn not just in the cities, because most quests that you get are in a city or at a faction, and these random encounters are only really seen out in the wilderness. So, to be honest, I think there should be more quests, a lot more quests, to be spawned from, say, a shack out in, or a cave out in the wilderness, that will lead you to another destination, kind of like how That one journey was where you're trying to find all the Arterium. I forget what the element's called, but there's the whole Dwarven quest line. Like stuff like that where it spawns, or you read a book and then you go on a quest. Or perhaps you just like find a dead body out in the wilderness and it spawns a quest. Something like that. Like, I think more quests need to be spawned, not just in a city or nearby a city or a town or whatever, but more and more of them have to be spawned in the wilderness. Of course, there are some of them out there, but I just would like a whole lot more. You know, stuff that could add life to the entire world, and so you don't just get quests and all your important quests from, say, just the cities and factions and all that. So that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. Now please post in the comment section below what you would like to see as an interaction or an encounter. To be honest, I would just like to see something happen where more people interact with you or talk to you, or if your actions, and maybe give you a quest. And the encounters you see, of course, you could have those basic ones where we're seeing people attack each other, or, you know, the bear comes up and tries to attack you and eat you. You know, all those random basic ones. But I like to see a lot more fluidity, a lot more people reacting to the things that you've done in Skyrim, and they will talk about it to each other and to you, and be like, oh, hey, you're the Dragonborn, you know, blah blah blah, please be my friend, or I don't know what they're gonna say, but like, please have my autograph, and you could like choose to give them your autograph or something. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like there could be dialogue that pops up with these citizens and these residents that will happen because you did certain quests, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, so more interaction with the residents will grow as you progress and play the game more. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, please post in the comment section below what you think about world interactions, what should be included. Is there any interesting ones that you would like to see? I know I kind of hit the surface here, but with just hitting the side quests and the miscellaneous quests and having more people talk to each other. But is there any interesting specific ones that you've been thinking about that you would like to see happen in the Elder Scrolls 6? Please post it in the comment section below, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for sticking with me. I love you all, and peace off! Thank you very much.